So thank you for everybody for joining us today. This is the routine Monday weekly briefing. We're going to be covering the period of today, December 9th, through Sunday, December 15th, 2019. And we do actually have quite a bit to talk about here, so let's jump right in to the first slide here. Just a basic overview of the upcoming weather pattern this week. Today, we did start out with quite a bit of fog across the area, especially around the triangle and points east. Didn't quite make it into the triad too terribly bad, but a lot of that fog has since lifted. The dense fog advisories have been discontinued, and for the most part, it's dry out there, and we're expecting that to continue for the rest of the day, but that won't last long. We are expecting a cold front to move through the area Tuesday evening into late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. We will see rain with that front when it moves through. The big story as well will be much cooler temperatures. We'll cover that here a little bit later in the presentation. We are expecting a brief break in the weather during the day Thursday. We're expecting dry conditions, some clouds, some sun, no real sensible weather hazards during the day on Thursday. Temperatures will be considerably cooler though, with highs only in the upper 30s to low 40s. So a far cry from what we've going to experience today and tomorrow. Once we get into late Thursday night into Friday, though, we are looking at some considerable uncertainty with another system moving up into our area. It looks like at this point there could be a very brief period right at the initial onset of the precipitation where we see freezing rain quickly changing over to rain right around daybreak. We'll touch on that here in a minute as well. In terms of severe thunderstorm potential, I talked about that front that was going to be moving through the area during the day Tuesday night. No severe weather threat with that guy whatsoever. We're not anticipating any hazards there, so we'll move right along there. Looking at the next graphic with the accumulated precipitation totals for the next 7 days, you can see that today graphic dry across central North Carolina and to the east. The Outer Banks have a little chance of precipitation out there, and looking at the radar, there are a few showers out that way, but nothing of too much consequence. When we get into the Tuesday period, you see some shades of blue in there and quickly tapering off to about, the lighter green values there. Basically, we're looking at rainfall anywhere from 1/10 of an inch in the coastal plain to maybe 1/2 an inch in the triangle, and then maybe 3/4 of an inch or approaching an inch out in the triad area, and that's what you see on the graphic for Tuesday. Wednesday, fairly dry, but Thursday and Friday, you can see we have another shot of precipitation in there, 1/2 an inch to 3/4 of an inch of precipitation forecast. Saturday and Sunday, just a few lingering showers here and there, and then of course your 7-day total. We are not expecting significant rainfall during any one of these periods in particular. The 1/2 an inch of rain in the triangle and 1 inch in the triad is going to be what we're expecting for the cold front Tuesday into Wednesday, 1/2 an inch to 3/4 of an inch area wide Thursday into Friday. But again, hydro concerns, flooding, anything of that nature, not in the forecast at this point, nor are we expecting to introduce anything of that nature. So the big concern, we had prepared a brief one slider a few hours ago, early this morning, talking about watching for a wintry mix early Friday. And here's kind of the basic overview, where we're going to have a strong area of high pressure to our north, pretty chilly conditions. Thursday night's going to be actually quite brisk out there with temperatures in the upper 20s. But we are going to have some clouds and some moisture moving into the area late Thursday night, early Friday morning. And of course, the big question is, if we start to get a few rain showers to move into the area with temps below freezing, could we see a brief period where we get a little bit of icing on some surfaces? At this point, it's still uncertain. We're fairly confident that if that were to happen, it would be in the climatologically favored areas near the triad area. And we're thinking the highest likelihood would be somewhere between, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., up until just after daybreak, maybe as late as 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. before temperatures warm up considerably and everything changes back over to rain. Once we get into the day, Friday, we're actually going to be looking at temperatures easily in the 40s all day. So this is not if this pans out as this graphic depicts, we're not going to be looking at a prolonged period of temperatures below freezing. It's just going to be at that initial onset. So again, like the graphic says, there could be a few localized slick spots, especially on elevated surfaces. We're not expecting widespread travel impacts, but we will continue to take a look and evaluate the new model guidance as it comes in and adjust the forecast as necessary. So, summary for the week. Again, I mentioned the fog that we had out there this morning. There's still a few pockets out there, but visibilities are going to be improving here considerably as we go through the day. Cold front is going to pass through the region Tuesday evening into Wednesday. Rain, much cooler temperatures are expected thanks to that front. We will get a break on Thursday where we'll have dry weather but considerably cooler temperatures with highs only on the upper 30s, low 40s. And then once we get into Thursday night and Friday, that's where the considerable uncertainty does remain in the forecast. And like I said, initially the mixed precip potential, if it does happen, it's most likely to be confined to the areas north and west of Raleigh, out near the Triad region. But temperatures will warm up considerably once we get later into the day. You can see from this 7-day graphic here for the Raleigh area anyway, temperatures are going to be close to 50 by the time we get later into the day Friday. So again, just kind of a brief possibility of mixed precip right at the onset, but we will continue to take a look at that and adjust as necessary.